Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to ARK-AV Live. Let me know how the connection is for you guys who are tuning in right now. Just let me know if it's all good, if it's smooth, if you're having any lag. Just drop some notes in the comments and I'll get back to you. If you do hear some boomy sounds, please do excuse me. It's the weather because it just started raining outside, so it's gonna be a little bit of thunder and lightning happening, but nonetheless, welcome again to ARK-AV Live. So today in the afternoon, it's about 3 p.m. right now, over from the office. I'm gonna just share with you some additional info about live streaming setups. So right here at the ARK-AV HQ, I'll be talking to you guys a little bit more about how to get better sound for your videos. So as you know, when you're doing any kind of video production, your image quality is important. Yeah, so if you have good image quality, then you should be able to get your point across. But what is actually much more important, especially when you're delivering content online in the form of video, is the quality of your sound. So if your sound isn't sounding clear, it's muffled or it's very low resolution, then it'll be a big problem. So when your audience can't hear you well, so then this will be a pretty big issue. So no one will be able to tell what you're talking about. So today I'll be sharing with you a little bit about how you can get better sound for your videos and some budget microphones you can use for live streaming or even recording for YouTube Live, Facebook Live, or even just a standard vlog. So there are a few things that I want to share with you about this. If you are watching me live right now, just drop a note in the comments so that I'll know you're around, and I'll share some links as well about the type of equipment that I'm recommending. So I'll be dropping a link into the Facebook stream. So if you're watching me on Facebook, you can just follow along, and we'll be sharing with you some of the additional info on the links in the comments. So I've just added a link now for a kit that I've put together. Basically, this kit is showing you some of the equipment that I use and what works best for me. So if you have a look over on the screen right now, so this is my kit.com, or rather now it's kit.co. So this is basically like a website where you can put together kits for, excuse the thunder, right? So it's kit.co is a place where you can put together kits of equipment, and your audiences or any one of my viewers, you can check out what are the equipment that I use and some notes, and also even purchase it directly through Amazon. So just a note as well, so these are affiliate links. So if you do make a purchase using my links, I do get a small commission, and this helps to keep the business going. Yeah, so over here at kit.co, you'll see that I have a bunch of equipment that I've chosen to share with you about. So first one, of course, is the DJI Osmo Pocket. So the Osmo Pocket is a great little camera. It's so tiny, right? So you have a look. This is my Osmo Pocket, which I use for vlogging and also to do some short videos. Yeah, so see how tiny this camera is. It works really well for all my videos. But what's best about this guy is that you just have to get a small video adapter, microphone adapter, excuse me. So a microphone adapter like this one. Yep, autofocus. Yep, so you see this is just a USB-C to a 3.5 millimeter jack. So this goes underneath the Osmo Pocket just like that, and then you're able to plug in any microphone or even actually a line input device, but mostly we use this for microphones when you're doing vlogging. So when I do a vlog, I can have this set up to my tripod with a wireless mic or a lapel mic and give much better audio. So the Osmo Pocket is my go-to camera when I'm doing a quick vlog, quick video. This is my go-to camera. And if you have a mobile phone that you're using, there is also just a simple adapter like this that you can use for your Google Pixel or even iPhone. You have like a lightning adapter to a 3.5 millimeter jack. So this lets you put in any microphone into your mobile phone, because nowadays mobile phones, they don't have the mini jack anymore. So you have a little dongle like this and you can plug in a microphone to get much better sound. So when you do get stuff like this, oh yes, I forgot to show you, this is the DJI Adapter that helps you get much better sound into your Osmo Pocket. So one of the favorite microphones that I use when I'm doing vlogging is this Boyar BYMM1 shotgun microphone. So if you can see, it looks kind of like the Rode Video Micro. So this is the mic right here. You see how small it is? So if you see, it has this little dead cat windshield. So if I remove this, it's really quite small, just like the Rode Video Micro. So it has mini jack 3.5 millimeter output on the back. So that goes into your mobile phone using a short cable like this. And you can get way better audio directly on your DSLR or your Osmo Pocket, like I use it, as well as even if you plug it directly to a laptop computer, you can get much better sound than the default built-in microphone on your laptop. So something small like this Boyar shotgun mic, it comes with a cold shoe mount. So this can just slot in over your DSLR camera for improved sound quality. Another option that I like to use is the Boyar lapel mic. So this is a condenser lapel mic that you can use for smartphones as well as laptops, right? So this is a very small lapel. As you can see, it looks just like any lapel. How I would use this, usually I'd run it under the shirt and you can just clip on, very inconspicuous, especially if you're wearing dark colored clothes. So this works really well for short videos like vlogs, but there are also versions of this that come with two microphones and one jack output. So that's useful if you're doing things like interviews. So you could wear one and then the other set would be on your interview guest. So you could have two microphones recording at the same time into your camera. Yeah, so then that's the Boyar BYMM1, which is a lapel microphone which works really well for smartphones and laptops. Another thing that I love and I use all the time for my videos is this Rode Wireless Go. So Rode Wireless Go is a pair of wireless microphones, or rather it's a pair of a transmitter and receiver. So what's great about this is that it's really compact, and the quality of the sound is amazing. So let me just show you a close-up of how this would work if my mouse is working well. Okay, so this is the Rode Wireless Go. As you can see, they are pretty small. They're just about 1.5 inches big each. Autofocus, there we go. Yeah, so about 1.5 inches square. One is a microphone that's on this side, and this is the receiver, right? So you got a transmitter and a receiver. So this itself is a microphone. You don't have to plug anything in, but there is an input over this side. So there is an input if you want to attach, for example, lapel like this one, right? So you could plug that into the transmitter and put that on the belt of your artist or even yourself, right? Another pro tip for this microphone, I've used this for interviews. So the receiver stays on your camera, and you can just hold this microphone and you can interview your guests. Just you can talk into the mic and then you'll interview the next person, right? So it's inconspicuous enough. It's pretty small, so it's a good little handy piece of equipment to have in your kit. I love this, by the way, and it charges by USB-C. So there's a USB-C port right here. This would be easy for you to charge on the go with any power bank or even your laptop. So that's the Rode Wireless Go. Another one of my favorites, which I use when I'm attached to my laptop or I'm doing webcast or stream, is my Logitech headset. This is a H340. It's a USB headset that works with both Windows and Mac. What I love about this is that it's super good quality for a relatively cheap headset. So it's just a typical headset like this with a boom microphone and a pretty long cable with the USB adapter on the end. So this has surprisingly good sound quality. So I've done actually voiceover recordings using just this, and it works pretty well. And of course, if you're doing a Skype or Zoom interview, this works really well. So you can hear your guest and you can also speak clearly without having any problems with feedback or echo that's coming from the speakers that's looping back into your laptop, right? So that's the big problem that we always see with video conferencing. When you're just using the built-in microphone on your laptops, you get a lot of echo and you can hear the compression of the sound. It's really horrible, and that's not really usable if you're gonna make good content for online distribution. So a USB headset like this will save you the headache and you have much better quality to work with. Yeah, and there's another good tip for me to mention really is the one second, let me swap. Yes. Okay, so if you're having a mixer, like for example a desktop mixer like this Mackie, it's Mackie Mix 5. It's super compact and super cheap. It's under $100 most of the time. You can just plug in any old microphone, and then what you do is you have a little handy cable like this, which is a XLR, which is taking the output from your mixer, and you get a 3.5mm jack, which can go into your mobile phone, your laptop, or your desktop computer which you are streaming with. So this is another good item to have in your kit. The XLR male on one end, and then the mini jack which goes into the input of your computer, right? So I use this all the time to send audio from my laptop to the mixer. So you just gotta get the opposite gender, so to be female on this side, which goes from your mixer, and then the mini jack, which goes into your input. And of course, you can use any old microphone for that. Like this is a Samsung R21. It will look very familiar to most of you guys because it looks just like your Shure SM58. But you'd be surprised that this costs 5 to 6 times cheaper. Yeah, of course the build quality isn't as great, but the sound is surprisingly good for a $20 mic. So if you're on a budget and you need a standard basic vocal microphone, just grab a Samsung R21. It works really well. And one of the other things I want to share about is if you have a USB port or your USB interface that works really well, you can plug in any professional microphone. A really budget mixer with USB input to your computer is the Mackie Pro FX. So the Pro FX 6 has 6 inputs, obviously, and this is something that you can just plug in any microphone and even a condenser microphone because it does phantom power. So you can plug in any microphone and take a USB that goes directly into your computer. So this works really well if you're in a studio setting. Of course, if you're out on the go, then you might want to look at a USB or Thunderbolt audio interface so that you can plug in your professional microphones and get that signal into your stream or into your recording, right? So there is the Mackie Pro FX, and of course there are other options like the Yamaha ones, right? So like I shared with you guys in my previous video, this is my personal favorite microphone, the Beta 87A. It's a little bit of an overkill for live streaming, but it's my favorite microphone, and you can see I'm using it right here, right? And if I go really close, wow, it really sounds much better than if I'm at a distance. But of course, it works really well for what it is. And you can use any professional microphone if you have an audio interface with phantom power, or if you're using a USB mixer, you can just plug it in and you're good to go, right? So that's some of the items that I've put on my kit here. I think I've gone through them all. Just want to show you guys something else which I didn't put in the site here, but there is the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. So this is basically the most popular audio interface there is on the planet. So every musician or music producer or just any media company, if you're looking for budget-friendly audio interface, I would highly recommend this Focusrite Sapphire. So it works super well because it's plug and play. The new versions run with USB-C, or you can get the older versions which do just a USB 2.0. But they are really awesome because you can do pretty much everything on there. You can do recording, you can plug in professional microphones, and it also comes with a whole bunch of software which works right out of the box, right? So you have an option of going like a music studio setup with the Focusrite, or if you're doing live events, you can take your microphones from your console and plug that directly into your computer. So right now what you're listening with on my microphone, I'm just using a much older USB interface. So if you don't have any budget and you just have a really old USB interface lying around at home, you can still use that. Yeah, the drivers are still plug and play nowadays, especially Windows and Mac systems. They work right out of Skype page, do have a look. And if there are any other products that you would like me to kind of have a look at or do a quick review, just let me know in the comments section below. And also just drop me a message over on my Facebook page or over Instagram. So we'll be happy to share with you some of my insights over what the kind of equipments that we like to use over here. Yeah, so yeah, I just want to have a chat with you guys as well. So just to find out what else kind of information would help you get online and get a show up and running on a live stream or even if a pre-recorded show. So this video is just to share with you about some of the microphones that you can use, which are pretty cheap on a budget. Like I mentioned, these Boyar shotgun mics, they cost between $30 to $40 at most. This lapel mic from Boyar costs about $20 to $25. The Rode Wireless Go is about 200 odd Singapore dollars. And of course the DJI little adapter costs about 40 plus, and then you can get great sound into your mix. And of course these Samsung, like I mentioned, $20 clone of the Shure SM58, superb microphone. My Beta 87 is a little bit more pricey, closer to about 300 plus, but this works super well on stage and also in a studio like this. So you don't really have to spend a lot of money. All this equipment that you see are my personal equipment that I've bought with my own money, and I've used them over the past year of creating content here for you guys on YouTube. So it's a good investment, and you don't really have to spend too much money to get online, especially for houses of worship. If you guys are on a tight budget, I would highly recommend just to have a look at what is in your current inventory. Don't look at instantly buying something new. You definitely have equipment that you can already use to get much better sound for your recorded videos or for your streams. Especially microphones, you definitely already have microphones. If you have an analog console, you might just need to get the cable, something like this, to connect your console to your streaming computer. If you have old cameras as well and you're just doing a recording, you can plug a microphone like this into your camera and get better audio directly on your recording, so you don't have to worry about syncing audio in your post-production and so on, right? So get better audio right from the get-go rather than editing and trying to fix things later, right? So that's why we spend a bit more time to make sure you get something that works. So in ARK-AV, what I do for you guys, if you need assistance to help to set something up, to get a system up and running for you to get online as soon as possible, do get in touch with me and I'll help you take a look at what your current inventory is and how you can piece together a working system that is stable. What's important is that it's stable and it won't fail on you when you're going live, because you don't want the audience to be watching you and then suddenly like frozen. No, you don't want that, right? So you want to be sure that everything is running smoothly. So thankfully today my camera is going smoothly, because yesterday the battery went dead because I didn't charge it enough. So today is working fine and you can watch me in full HD quality. And of course, great sound is very, very important, right? So do have a look at my kit.com page. There are also other kits that I've put up on my page, so I'll just have a show to you guys. So I do have other kits here on kit.co. So I have my tools for production, I have my YouTube video kit, I have my home studio kit, as well as vlogging, ear protection, or mobile church setup. So I'll regularly update this page with a lot more information about the kind of products that I have personally used, or those that I have come across, and equipment that I would recommend for you to purchase. Again, just a disclaimer that if you do make any purchases of KidCo from my links, I do get a small affiliate commission, and that helps to keep this page and to help to keep this business running, right? So that's all I have to share with you guys today. If there are any comments, you can just drop your comments over in the Facebook page, and I'll stick around for a couple of minutes for a Q&A if you have any questions. So just let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and I'll answer you right away, right? Because we are live right now. So if you are here and watching, just drop me a comment on the Facebook. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my screen so that I can see if you guys are commenting, right? So if you are, or you have any questions about how to go live, how to improve your audio, or how to do a broadcast mix for your church services, events, or seminars, just let me know. I'm always available here to help you guys, right? You can drop me a PM, or you can send me an email at info@arkav.com, right? And we can talk a little bit about how we can help you to make things work better for your service or your business, right? So this is a great opportunity now to really spend some time learning about what works and what doesn't. And it's also a great time to see how our industry, the audiovisual industry, is coming together to help one another as well. So there's a great initiatives in a lot of different companies who have come together to support one another. We have folks in media production houses, we have folks in rental house that are just helping one another to make sure that, you know, our industry stays alive. Because it's important right now to support one another, because if it's everyone for themselves, eventually things are gonna break down, you know. We are all in this business and in this industry for the long term. So we are here to help. So as I said, ARK-AV is here to help you get better quality videos and sound online for this season right now. Of course, if you do have other live venues or events that you need to find out a bit more about how we can put together a dedicated or customized system for you, feel free to let me know as well. So I'm available for consultation as well, right? So if you guys still have any questions, just drop it in the comments in the box below, and I will be answering you guys as soon as I see it. In the meantime, maybe we can share with you guys just how I do music, or rather sound editing, right? So I have with me my MacBook Air, which is actually a pretty old MacBook Air. It's from 2012. But the good thing about the MacBook Air is compact, and the older ones has Thunderbolt and USB. So it may not be as powerful to do video editing, or streaming is okay for 720p, but video production maybe is not so powerful, but it's still great piece of equipment for doing audio. So the MacBook Air is my go-to laptop for doing music recording, and I can connect it to any desktop mixer via Dante, by using the Dante virtual sound card, and also I use it to do room measurements using USB measurement microphones. So that could be another video that I will share later on about how to do acoustic measurements using some free tools. What you need is just a measurement microphone and a calibration file for your microphone. That will help you to get really good sonic response for your sound systems in your venues, or you could even do it for your hi-fi at home. So I do all that on my MacBook Air computer, which is still the ideal setup for me because it's compact, it's light, and I can bring it anywhere. And so that's what I use for my audio tools. And I have my, of course, the Dante software, which is another tool that I do use to mix audio for my church. So when I do audio mixing for recording or for broadcast to the live stream, I do a separate audio mix on an aux bus and send that to my laptop via Dante network. So you get lossless digital audio without having too many cables dangling out of your computer, right? So you just need one Cat 5 or Cat 6 cable, and you can get up to 64 tracks of audio into your computer. Yeah, so that's a great way to get great sound in your broadcast, right? So you do a separate mix, not just your live recording, which is going into your PA system. And of course, another thing you can also consider is adding ambient or audience mics. So audience mics in your venue can help you to get a bit of presence, so your audience who are tuning in online can have a sense of how the atmosphere is in the room. This works really well for live concerts. So if you're streaming a live concert, your audience in the venue will be cheering, and so if you're watching at home, you can also get in on that action when you have the atmosphere of what's going on in the room. So ambience microphones works really well for that kind of content stream, right? So I'll hang around for a minute or two. If you guys have any more questions, do let me know in the comments right on the Facebook page. If there isn't any questions coming in, I'll end the stream in just about 2 minutes. Yeah. So in the meantime, I'm pretty used to talking to myself, so it's a great chance to really share with you what we're doing, and I'm glad that I'll be able to really help you with what you need to do to get online. So this series of videos or ARK-AV Live in the next few weeks will be all about helping you get your gear together, get your content in a nice format so that you can push out to your audiences and reach better standards of quality. So what I want to see happen in the next few weeks, of course, is more and more people coming online, going live, and just sharing your knowledge. Because in this time where a lot of us are either stuck at home or without events to do, we have a bit more spare time. So it's great to see industry peers coming together to pool their resources, to go online, share information, and it's a great chance to also keep learning. So I will have a couple of videos coming up next week, which are more specific training videos. So if you do have any specific topics you want me to cover, just let me know. Drop me an email or send me a message on the messenger, and I'll work on putting that content for you. Right now I have 2 or 3 online courses which I'm putting together. One of them is for musicians and artists on how to put together a good technical rider. And second, I have a fundamentals of sound, so you can learn a bit more about the basics of live sound production. And thirdly, of course, I have one about creating content for YouTube, which is something that I've been experimenting with for the last year. It's great to have people coming up to me and asking me to help or figure out how to do the whole YouTube thing. So it's a great opportunity to share this knowledge that I've gained for the last few months, or about the last year actually. I've been on YouTube now for just over a year, so it's a great chance to share what I've learned along the way. So if there's nothing else, I would really like to thank you guys for watching. If you're watching this live, thanks for watching. If you are watching me on the recording on YouTube or Facebook in the future, so thanks for watching. Do check out my other videos in the links on the side here, over here, or over here, right? So if you are following me on YouTube, do click subscribe over here, and there's a couple of videos over here for you to check out. So thanks for watching. Do follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at ARK-AV Production. So I'll see you in the next video. See you.